Rebecca Davis, a weird, scary, and interesting. And today is the final episode for the year. A weird, scary, and interesting. Can you believe we're almost to the end of 2025? And like, almost, in a week we're gonna, almost less than a week, we're gonna be in 2026. Can you believe it? So, with me having a cold, I'm going to record this final episode for this season, for the whole year of 2025. So, today's topic is, that we're going to be talking about, is scary things from Georgian Christmas. So since this was actually meant for Christmas Eve, but I didn't quite get the script finished, and I had the cold and still have it, so why not? We'll talk about it now. And plus, it's not the only Christmas that's still coming up. There's Ukrainian Christmas. So let's talk about it. Scary things from Georgian Christmas. This is appropriate because this season we're going to be talking about the scary things from the Georgian era. So I thought, let's see what scary things are from Christmas from the Georgian era. Okay. During the Georgian era in Britain, from 1714 to 1837, Christmas did not feature a single significant scary character equivalent to the European Krampus. You remember Krampus? He's the sidekick to old Saint Nick, the Santa Claus. The guy that usually tortures the bad kids. Unfortunately, there's a whole holiday based on him. Instead, the scary aspects were rooted in ancient folklore and pagan traditions. That's right, because Christmas is one of those holidays that is a pagan holiday. Okay. And Christmas stories and superstitions related to the midwinter season. It's more or less almost like they're celebrating ushering the first days of winter in. And we are officially, since the 21st, we're officially in Christmas. I mean, not Christmas, winter. So yeah, we are gonna, we're in winter now. So we are going to learn all about 6 scary things from Georgian Christmas. I think if I thought of this last year, we could have learned about scary things from the Victorian Christmas. So, oh well. There's actually, we'll learn that there is one of these Georgian tradition things, traditions of Christmas that they practiced during Georgian Christmas. It was once also part of the Victorian Christmas. So, more or less, it just spilled over to the next era of the United Kingdom. Wow. Okay. Gonna sip my eggnog. We'll get into it and learn about these scary things from the Georgian Christmas. Okay. Number 1, ghost stories. Who doesn't love a good old ghost story? Okay. Let's see what ghost stories are like in Georgian era. During the Georgian era, from 1714 to 1837, Christmas ghost stories were well-established custom, drawing on the ancient belief that that the veil between the living and the dead was the thinnest during the winter solstice. That's right, they kind of, this also kind of reminds me kind of almost like they say with Halloween, almost. Like I've heard that the pagans believed that the veil was the thinnest during Halloween, but I guess the Georgians, they believed that the veil was the thinnest between our world and the great beyond, in the winter solstice. These tales were a form of fireside entertainment during the long and dark winter nights. The atmosphere, often lit only by candles or flashing lights, as was the ideal for spooky telling. Well, I guess since the electricity wouldn't have been a thing in the Georgian era, so with the houses being just they would use candlelight, it would make the house spooky enough for ghost telling. There's actually, did you know there's an actual ghost story from the United Kingdom, just from England. It's about Kensington Palace. I think it was Princess Margaret, when she was alive, she swore she seen a Regency ghost. You know, a ghost dressed in the Regency garb at the time, when at the time it would have been Prince George, but the future King George the fourth era, when he had to step in and rule the UK while his dad was going between bouts of insanity. So there must have been some noble or royal of that era must have passed away at Kensington Palace, and just keeps on showing up over and over. Okay, let's move on from the ghost stories that was at number 1 to number 2, and that is the My R.E. L-Y yeah. Okay, LWYD. The Maraari LWYD is a Welsh for Grey Mare or Grey Mary. So a horse or a woman in grey. Okay. Was a prominent wassailing full custom during the Georgian era in Wales, involving a decorative horse skull carried from house to house by a group of revilers. It was boisterous and sometimes eerie tradition associated with Christmas and celebrating New Year's celebrations. So, best of both worlds. This Welsh little custom that you're celebrating Christmas and you're celebrating New Year's. I would be excited to see a horse's skull coming to your door. Around the holidays. Okay. Okay. Let's move on from LWYD to number 3, Snapdragon, the fire game. The Snapdragon was a popular and dangerous Georgian/Victorian Christmas parlor game. See, I told you that there was in this video there was Georgian Christmas tradition that was also in the Georgian era and also in the Victorian era. And this is what it is: the Snapdragon fire game. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Anita, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, let's continue on with the Snapdragon. Okay. Where players snatched flaming raisins or almonds from a bowl of burning in a darkened room, eating them to extinguish the flames, creating eerie blue light and demonic faces as they competed to grab the most without getting burned. A thrilling, slightly Audrey activity, often with flirtatious for rates. I've actually heard about this game before recently when I was watching something about Christmas stuff on YouTube on somebody else's channel. So it's like a very hot game. Probably a great way to burn your mouth. Okay. Okay, let's move on from the Snapdragon Fire game, which is, we know now, bless you, Anita, is not only in the Georgian era, it was in the Victorian era, the era that came after the Georgian era, after William IV passed away. Okay. So we had a tradition that was in both eras of British history. Okay. Okay. Let's move on from the Snapdragon Fire game to La and the Yule Cat. Okay, during the Georgian era, roughly 1714 to 1830, La was a monstrous and children-eating ogress in Icelandic folklore, but the Yule Cat legend was less defined and not yet widely associated with Christmas season. I think I remember how the Yule Cat story goes, that the Yule Cat will eat kids. The people that, I think it was kids or something, yeah, that kids or adults that didn't get new clothes for Christmas. Look that up. Okay, it says Icelandic folklore tells of a giant cat that eats children who don't wear their new clothes at Christmas time. That's what it goes. So, but both figures were used as frightening cautionary tales to encourage diligence and good behavior. Let's see a picture of the Yule Cat before it's monstrous. Wow. I've heard of that story a lot. Especially, mainly on YouTube. Okay. We only got two topics to talk about left in this video. So anyways, the one we're just talking about, or that seems kind of scary. I guess it's almost a great way to, back then they just trying to scare the kids in line. Okay, let's move on to the second and last one, which is at number 5, and it's Omens of Death. Georgian Christmas wasn't just festive, it was steeped in dark superstitions. And omens of death with common fears include dogs howling, owls screeching, dead birds, breaking mirrors, and significant candles or fire signs, like a winding sheet trowel preceding family demise, alongside the popular tradition of telling ghost stories to mark the winter darkness, especially around the hearth. The Yule log's behavior was critical. It is extinguishing pretending misfortune, while other omens involved knocking sounds, rats, or even a coffin-shaped coal flying from the fire. Ooh, that would be scary, wouldn't it? Okay. Let's move on from omens of death to our sixth and final scary thing from the Georgian era. Georgian Christmas. I'm not the only one that has a cold. She has a cold too. I got it from her. Okay, let's move on. Get into number 6. Number 6 is Yule log's origins. Okay. Like we just mentioned, Yule log. Okay. During the Georgian era, the Yule log was a large, decorative log, often oak or birch, brought into the house on Christmas Eve, wrapped in hazel twigs, during in the hearth, buried in the hearth until the 12th night, January 5th. For good luck, symbolizes the right of light and prosperity. A tradition adopted from ancient pagans winter solstice rites. Though the edible chocolate version came much later. I've heard of this, the Yule log thing on, Beauty and the Beast's Christmas. That there's a scene in there that Belle is down where the boiler room is, where they looking for this log, log, and unfortunately, while she's down there, eventually the beast finds her and she's trying to explain what she's doing, and the beast has nothing to do with Christmas. So eventually, close to the end of the movie, and he changes his mind, but he tells Belle that there will not be any Christmas. Unfortunately, Belle's so stubborn and won't listen to the beast and is insistent that they will be Christmas. I think she eventually got her way. Because she explains right there the whole how. So you pick this log gets picked and decorated and be brought into the house and wrapped in hazel twigs and then eventually at the end they burn it for good luck. Okay. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And if you did enjoy the scary things from the Georgian Christmas, you know the drill. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to comment, and don't forget to ring the bell. And so yeah, this is the last episode for 2025. I will say, since probably I won't see you make a video for the New Year, for New Year's Eve, I will say to you, well, hopefully you guys all were enjoying your Christmas, Kwanzaa, and Hanukkah, and whatever religious holiday you're celebrating this month. And since we're coming up to New Year's, I will say to you, Happy New Year. So for now, I guess I will sign off and say goodbye. Goodbye.